With Star Wars Squadrons coming out later this year, my friends and I have been taking a look back at Battlefront 2's Starfighter Assault with the camera locked to first person. Although I think this here is probably vastly different to Squadrons gameplay, I feel like Squadrons is going to be a lot more advanced, a lot more developed Starfighter mechanics. But I like that we can at least get an idea of how Squadrons will play and look. I think it's going to be more of a flight sim style game, as it's a bold choice for them to lock the camera to first person only, kind of similar to some of the old Star Wars games from the 90s. It's about creating that immersive starfighter experience. But something I know a lot of people are wondering about in Squadrons is if there's going to be more starfighters than what you already see in the trailers, and the answer is no. What we have now, what you've seen, the 8 different starfighters, is everything that will be in the game at launch. Now, Star Wars Squadrons has 4 different classes, and Battlefront 2 only has 3, but Battlefront 2 has 16 different starfighters, and that's not even including hero ships. And yes, that's across 3 separate eras, prequel, original, and sequel trilogy, but it's a lot more flyable ships than Squadrons 8. But this might not be a bad thing for Squadrons. If it lives up to be the immersive game motive are promising, then there'll be a heavy focus on customization, and that's what will keep the game feeling new and original. So this is part 2 of last week's Starfighter Assault gameplay session. And in this session, we talked a lot more about the prequel ships, playing a few rounds on Camino, and talked about how a game like Squadrons could work across multiple eras. Is this something you'd want to see? Do you want more than what you're already seeing from the trailers in Squadrons? I mean, to be fair, we don't know much yet. We have the reveal trailer and a gameplay trailer. I'm sure there's lots more on the way soon. And we also talked about just how great this map is. Easily one of the best Starfighter Assault maps. I do really like this game mode, and although it gets a bit repetitive quickly, becomes a bit tiresome, hopefully Squadrons can evolve this and deliver a memorable, long-lasting multiplayer experience. Now to get silly. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. I'm flying the ARC 170.
ARC, yay, finally.
How, so this one ship makes me kind of disappointed that Squadrons is going to be only...
Original era?
Yeah, original trilogy.
Oh, really? Yeah. Is it?
Because, I mean, even this map, I think this is probably one of the best Starfighter Assault maps as well.
This map
I'm having a lot of fun on this map, to be honest.
Just like, because you feel like you're in a space, you're flying in and under these buildings. Everyone knows Camino.
Dude,
like it's
it's a lot
of fun.
I wasn't sure about the first person, but like it's really good. Like it's really not that much harder playing in first person.
No, I'm enjoying it. How are you guys going with
That's
it?
the thing. If everyone else is like that as well, no one's at a disadvantage. Everyone's the same. They're obviously going to build the maps around that aspect, and you know maybe the Debris isn't going to be so close and tight.
I want to be devil's advocate here. Like for me personally, like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not interested in that new game at all. Like I just don't like. I'll play it because you know it's a new game and like obviously we can film and that. But like the premise of that game, just when I think about it, I was like, yeah, I have like zero interest in it. It just doesn't. Do you think it will have enough content to keep people engaged?
Like they definitely know it's gonna have a smaller audience than a Battlefront or a Jedi Fallen Order. Like they're very aware of that already. So. I'm worried about replayability a little bit, especially seeing as though they're saying it's going to be a smaller game as well. But I think we're just going to have to wait and see. Hopefully the customization and, you know, VR gameplay mechanics are going to hold it up. Obviously not everyone's going to have VR. I think it'll be much more fun for people who have VR, and that's kind of like it's almost like an experiment. They're just like, okay, like we want to make an all-out VR Star Wars flight simulator.
That's where I'm getting that. Sorry, that's where I'm forgetting it's bloody VR. That's the thing.
I mean, Yoda, is it Yoda's Starfighter?
Yeah.
The cockpit.
Yeah.
Man, you can't see a thing.
You can't see anything. I told you.
Cool.
It's like a submarine window. Yeah.
It's exactly what it's like. You weren't kidding. Wow.
Oh my god, the capital ship's just arrived. This is amazing. What a battle this is. Seriously, sorry, I just had to cut off mid-sentence. It's so cinematic.
No, it is pretty epic. Yeah, I reckon it's probably the coolest planet in all of Star Wars. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do we know if Squadron has planet-based Starfighter?
I think there might be one, but it's more in the clouds. It's Yavin Prime, if you remember from the trailer. It's like the Yavin of Yavin 4, Yavin Prime. The actual Yavin. I like Yoda's ability, man. You just like, if you're being fired at, you just press the L1 and R1 at the same time, and he drops like an EMP behind him, and then there's no more gunfire. Oh, I'm going head to head with Boba Fett. There are rumors that Boba Fett is going to be in The Mandalorian. I just crashed.
Yeah.
They cast Tamura Morrison, who is the actor for all the clones and for Jango Fett.
Oh,
So
he's cool, man.
it's either going to be Captain Rex from the Clone Wars TV show, or it's going to be he'll play Boba Fett. And I think it's more likely to be Boba Fett. He escaped the Sarlacc.
He is a Mandalorian, so it does make sense.
True.
How do you escape the Sarlacc though?
He used his flamethrower.
Didn't digest him fast enough.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good. He's too cool to die.
I think it's widely accepted in like Star Wars lore that Boba Fett didn't die in the Sarlacc. I think everyone kind of assumes that he got out. He actually first was seen on screen in the Star Wars special, the holiday special. Did you guys know that?
Oh, wow.
He was in the animation.
No.
The animation where Han Solo's got a really weird face. Do you know that one? I'll send you a photo after. I'll put it in the video.
I am on a roll. I'm on a 12-player kill streak. Look at me go.
You
This
guys
is
are
the best
coming
I've
first,
ever
second, and
played.
third, actually.
Really?
Yo.
Yeah, I'm
This
coming
is
eighth.
like
Can we just play this map constantly?
I know. I think this
I know,
is the
right?
only atmospheric one, isn't it? It's the only one that's inside a planet. I'm pretty sure. Why would I choose the V-wing or the BTLB Y-wing when I can choose the ARC-170?
No, go the V-wing. Go the V-wing. Go the V-wing. That's what I'm using. It's amazing.
Oh, really?
And look at the cockpit. It's amazing.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to
Awesome
respawn.
cockpit.
Oh, Andrew,
Yes.
you know what we should do sometime if you can, like when we're not as busy. We should watch all the Star Wars again. I wouldn't mind watching them all again.
That'd be great.
I'm in the middle of doing that.
What?
You are? Ben?
I've watched.
Is that you,
Yeah, I've
Ben?
watched them all. I'm up to the Last Jedi.
Oh my
so I've got
God.
2 more to go.
Sweet.
I watched Solo a
Yeah.
few weeks ago. Solo
I still haven't
actually
seen
holds
that.
up pretty well. I like it a lot. I think it's like the second best
Really?
Disney Star Wars movie that was made.
Rogue One being the best, I'm guessing?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, Rogue One was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, you were right. These the V-wing interior is really cool.
Yeah. There's
Really
lots
enjoying
of.
it.
Dude, Ben's
Your
just saying
field of
that
view.
he doesn't know what it looks like. He's playing third person, man.
Mate, I'm in first. What are you talking about? I'm legit.
I'm good for it.
I don't get it. Is that a Star Wars joke?
No, it's just like this classic, like when someone like buys you a beer. I'm good for it, man. I'm good for it. I'll pay it back
Yeah,
next
yeah,
Oh,
time.
someone owes you money.
Yeah, I'll pay it back. I'll
I'm
pay
good
it
for
back.
it. Yeah.
Good for it, man.
Nobody who's ever said I'm good for it has been good for it.
No,
Well,
no one uses that line.
yeah, we don't use that.
Exactly. If
Yeah.
you are good for
Yeah,
it.
absolutely agree.
I still haven't died. Just letting you know.
What?
The ARC
Yeah.
That's
170 rips.
Oh, I may have crashed once. I
Yeah,
don't know.
so I guess from like a squadron's point of view, like I'm kind of disappointed there's going to be only 4 vehicles per side. That's confirmed now. All the vehicles that you see
Really?
are all there's going to be at launch.
Gee, oh, I love it.
And there's no, well,
Yeah,
but the
at
game doesn't
launch.
have a live service though, so there's not going to be continued support and updates
Yeah.
at the moment.
Really?
There's no planned or confirmed DLC they're mentioning. Who knows? Like,
Yeah,
they,
but
you
why
know.
would they really, like, why would they mention DLC when the game's not even out yet? Did they mention DLC?
exactly,
Battlefront 2?
exactly. Like, there's no B-wing. I think that's a big concern for everyone. It just feels like, only 8 ships total is kind of, I think
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 has what?
Damn it.
At least there's 9 per side, right? And yes, it has all 3 eras, but oh wait, no, it's 8 per side. So there's
Whoa, look how cinematic
16
that was.
ships.
Sorry.
yeah, Battlefront 2 has 16 ships in total, not including hero ships. Far out.
Hell yeah, look at
Looks-
that first place.
Yeah,
First, second,
that
third.
V-wing. Yeah.
Well done. Blastro coming
Go team.
closely behind in 9th place. Yeah, so part of Squadrons, I think the reason they chose original trilogy as well is because it wouldn't necessarily work with the Clone Wars, because it's all about your pilot customization, and flying these starfighters here, you're literally a droid. You're flying
There
as
is
a
no
droid.
pilot.
It's
So
like
there is no pilot.
screen.
The first
Yeah.
person is just like a screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
That's
your
cool.
eyes, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh my god,
Mixes it up.
it's
They should
visually
do it.
stunning though, man. Far out.
But yeah, that's true. You wouldn't be able to move your head or whatever.
No.
But, I don't know. Maybe they have a camera, like
That's
on a
true.
gimbal or something.
Yeah, true. I love how the Tri-Fighter's just got like this little stick pointing out of the front of it. You guys see that? Have you tried the Tri-Fighter?
Hey, have you guys ever gotten
It's
struck
cool.
by lightning and died in this? Or 'cause I just
What?
got struck by
No,
lightning and
what?
died. No, I'm kidding.
New game.
Can you go in the
again.
ocean?
Yo.
Easter egg. You can actually. There are parts of the ocean you can like. So if you see one of the big waves, aim for like the top
Yeah.
of it, and you can fly through it. I'm going to try it now.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
gonna
go.
try it too, yeah.
I'm going to crash straight away. Fly through a wave. Ah. Oh my god, I'm underwater. Oh, okay. So every second you're underwater, like it's just constantly damaging your ship. So if you
that's
briefly
cool.
swoop the water, I think you'll be fine, probably. I'll try it in a faster ship. I'm
that's
trying the Tri-Fighter this time. I might boost through it. Did you do it? Did you die?
Yeah, I just died.
Notice how the water doesn't look exactly quite as good up close.
Yeah. It's true.
Oh, yeah, I didn't make it.
I just want everyone to know that I am Darth Vader. And, yep. Flying in first person, sorry, I should say.
Oh, really?
Oh.
It's pretty
Slip
cool
up, man.
looking cockpit.
Oh, yeah. I'm not doing well as the droids. I'm finding it harder. I feel like their ships.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or are their ships not as powerful as, or am I just not as immersed as I was as the clones?
These ships don't have shields.
Yeah, I think it's that, and we have an objective, so we're busy shooting the objective, where they're busy just shooting us.
Is that what we did
Like
last
that whole,
time?
that whole last match, all I did was shoot other people.
Yeah, true. Okay, and we shot those ships that were leaving. It said they were leaving.
Oh yeah, sorry, there were a couple of those, yeah.
Are you getting tired of this game mode? We've been playing for about 50 minutes now. Are you getting tired of being in a starfighter, just repeatedly kind of shooting at stuff?
Yes.
Because this is
Yes and no.
this is another concern I have about Squadrons. It's like, okay,
That's what
it's
I was
cool,
saying,
but
man.
like, how long is it
Yeah.
cool for? Do you know what I mean?
You just summed up. That's what I meant. Like it, I don't know if it would just be like a shock factor thing. Like you have fun with it for 10, 15 hours, and then you just never open the bloody game ever again. But I don't mean it to be negative, but that's just. Yeah, I know what you mean though.
Like it's definitely a very specific. Oh man, I crashed. Definitely, yeah, very specific Star Wars experience, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. But Slave One, let's go! Come on, Slave One, give it to me.
You can argue that like even though it's VR and that, you can argue you could just bloody play Battlefront 2. Like that's the thing. Like just jump in and just play this like what we are now.
You could, but it's supposed to be a much more developed version of this with a lot more going on, and I think that's the appeal. Slave One's cockpit, by the way, looks amazing. It's really cool. I feel
Yeah, I
like
was in it
I'm
before, it
Boba or
is cool.
Django.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, right.
Love the sound.
Nice.
It's a very unique vehicle. The sounds of the weapons and everything is really cool. Seismic charge, let's go.
Oh yeah. Boom.
Oh,
I
so
just heard
cool. The sound, man. It just,
is so
everything goes
good.
quiet.
That's epic.
That has to be one of the best sound effects, right?
Yeah,
One of the
yeah,
best
man.
things in this game, easily.
Yeah.
I think the story mode will be pretty good. Like because there is a small story mode, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun to play story-wise.
There's like a prologue, and you start right after Alderaan has blown up. That's where it starts, which is interesting. And then it jumps to after Return of the Jedi after that.
How many people can play multiplayer? Is it 32 v 32 or?
No, so it's only 5v5, which is weird,
what?
right? Yeah,
That's
so it's
it,
like
5v5.
well, that's why it's called Squadrons, because it's all about your squad.
That's how big a squadron is. Yeah. Yes, in Star Wars
so
universe.
that's what I'm kind of thinking. It's supposed to be like a competitive game. It's like CS:GO. Or
it's very
something, right?
tactical.
It's like 5v5.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like you're working closely with your team, and that's where a lot of the excitement's going to come from. Like working with all your teammates, because this is just like, it doesn't really matter what your teammates are doing, right? Like you're just doing your own thing. But
That's true.
If you're 1/5 of the team, you're gonna like be contributing heavily to whatever happens.
And that's where the emphasis is on the customization as well. They're saying like, you know, everyone will take different ships and have different customization options to balance your team and to like work strategically different each time. Like
That's
there, so far there are like 60 different customization options for your ship. Components, right, that you attach on that do different things, like different weapons, different hull, different shields, that kind of stuff, right? So 60, and then you have 7 slots, right? So if you have 5 people on your team, 7 slots and 60 different customization options, how many like thousands of possibilities are there in all that? Oh crap, I thought I chose Darth Vader's TIE Fighter and instead I chose Iden Versios. What a waste of my battle points. I'm like, wait a second.
Does it look cool on the inside?
It just looks like a TIE
What do
Fighter,
you
to be
think,
honest.
man?
What do you think, Ben? You know the answer to that already. Deep down inside.
Yeah.
What does this do? I have a triangle button? I don't know what that does. Inferno Leader. All enemies within a radius are revealed to allied players. There you go, guys. If you didn't know where the enemies were, now you do.
Yeah, I was having a lot of trouble finding
seeing
them.
them. I know.
Yeah, but they're real.
Oh, this is
icons.
cool. Okay, so attacking this super weapon. This is what I like. Right?
Yeah.
This is like good objective-based gameplay.
Have you used first person in Kylo Ren's ship?
Not this time around, but I have before. Yes, I'll try get it.
It's like the Lamborghini of the TIE Fighter world.
Oh, really?
I'm just saying.
Some good
Oh,
Sweet.
the Falcon's here.
Amazing. Okay, here we go. First person. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, it's like very slick.
Yeah.
It's much tighter. You have a wider field of view. You got the targeting
How good
reticle
is
on the
it?
left. It's pretty cool.
Lambo.
I'm really worried I'm going to crash into some debris. Man, playing the objective, even as a hero ship, just seems to get you lots of battle points. There's a little tip for you if you're struggling on getting hero ships.
Yep,
I
100
haven't
points away.
been playing the objective. I'm coming second. So.
What does Darth Maul's ship look like?
Darth Maul's is the best,
you know what Darth
man.
Maul's?
Yeah, it's totally cool. It's got all the red inside. Like, if you think Kylo's looks cool, you should try Darth Maul's. I'm just waiting, I'm waiting to see Rey just, like, dive over the top of my ship. I feel like that's only then will I have had the true Kylo Ren starfighter experience. And I'm also going to do a lot of spinning. You know how in that scene when Leia becomes Mary Poppins? Kylo's
spinning,
just...
that's a good trick.
Yeah, Kylo's just, like, spinning lots for some random reason. Avoiding rockets, I guess.
Anakin.
Yeah, I think so. He's channeling his... Oh, I died again. There you go, Ben. It feels really strange going from playing as Kylo to playing as a Vulture droid.
Yeah.
We did it!
Oh no!
Yes!
I just spawned in.
Just missed out.
Stay bombastic.